Just a bit of showing off here, everybody. This is me hitting 3 double eights in one of the games you will see later in this video. There we go. Hello everybody, and this is my Crown Judgement video. It actually took me 55 minutes to film, and I can't lie, by the final game, especially maybe the last 50 darts or so, I was struggling. It was a bit of a killer, especially just because of the heat here as well. I think in reality, had I gone and had a break for 10 minutes, I might have done better. But the results in this video are still good. What I've done is I've chopped and changed a few things. I had no mic on when I was filming this. You might see me singing at some point. You won't hear me singing, but yeah, I just had some music on. I had a podcast on, and then I just got into the game. So this is the first game. It is major doubles. So it's 20, 18, 16, 12, 10, and 8. And the first 2 rounds of this actually follow the same sort of pattern. Like, I hit 1 out of 3, miss, 1 out of 3. Can you guess what this one's going to be at 12s? If you said miss, you're going to be correct. It is another miss. But the way this game develops is I'm quite happy with my success rate at this. I think the only way I could improve it and make it better is, well, there's a couple of ways, but the big one would be slowing down personally, because I do speed up at some points and then I slow down at other points. And the other thing would be getting my motion in my arm to be continuously the same. But the way I look at this game when I'm doing it, there's 6 rounds and there's 6 things. So I want to get 18 points. If I can get close to like 3 in every round, I'm very happy. And as you can already see, I've gone 3, 3, and then I believe this will be a double. There we go. So I've took 2 16s out there. When you take 2 out in this game, it's always good. But then if you actually look after that, there's not much. I go miss, 1, 1, several misses. I only took 1 out in that 4th round. It was pretty slow. Came back a bit in the 5th, and then I did tail off towards the end of this. This is what I mean. It's either a concentration thing or it's just fatigue. Like, so there's 2. So I actually ended this round on 17. I am happy with that. I believe my average is around 15 for this game. And the game that follows this is probably the one I hate the most. It's big trebles. So it's all the trebles which you use for cricket, 15 through to 20. If I'm hitting like 17 trebles, ideally I want to be trying to hit between 12 and 15. I mean, doubles, sorry. I want to be trying to hit between 12 and 15 trebles. I feel that is achievable. But as you'll see, I do a bit better in this game. And treble 16 throughout this whole Crown Judgement is my friend. The amount of times I hit treble 16 when I need it is great. Treble 20 in one of the games comes in clutch for me as well. But this game here, the big trebles, along with the Shanghai Knights, which is later in the video, what's good for me is, so you've seen I've only hit 1 treble so far. I've just hit a treble 18 and a single. So this is going to emphasize the point I was going to make. A lot of my scores, I'm getting either 3 singles where you want them, or I'm getting a treble and a couple of singles. I'm much more closer than I have been in the past. So I was very, very happy with this game. Like, I've already hit 2 out of 5 rounds, which isn't amazing, but you've got to think, for me, I think my average is about 12. I'll check later at the end of the game. But yeah, it went very, very well. There we go. So I've actually got 3. So this first round has mirrored pretty much the first 2 rounds of the doubles. And then we skip forward again. You can see again, that second round has mirrored the previous doubles round. And we've now got 2 in the second. So if I can get 1 here, I'm on 9. I'll be happy. But there must be a reason I've cut it in. Yeah, there is. There you go. There's the first one. Second one's in there. Can we get a 180? Nah, just slipped it. It took a slight deflection and went into the 5, but I'm ahead of where I want to be. I'm quite happy. And then again, we jump forward again. You can see there's like 1-1-1 and then a long blank. That I believe is 2 double 15s. Yes, it is. We then took out a treble 17. We're in the 19s. That 19 actually, despite your camera angle, it was where you want it for me. From where I throw in the hockey, it was right in the top left corner. The full bed was open for me, and I was a bit annoyed I couldn't capitalize on it. Now, can I get a treble 20 just to round this out? Ooh, can we? No, but that is 17 points again. I'm actually quite happy. You saw my facial expression there, because normally after the first 2 rounds I'm on about 30, between 28 and 30. I'm on 34. I'm well ahead. And this checkout game, I know I did a video the other day where I was practicing weird checkouts using fixed doubles. I do think it's helped me, give me a bit more confidence, along with the visualizing and breathing, because I've got 4 points. Like it, so I went single 16, and then the way this level works is if you take it out in 3 darts, you get 2. But if you take it out in 2 or 3 darts, you get 2 points. Doesn't matter which. But if you take it out in your first 2, you then can throw at that same double over and over again. And yeah, so I've got big 9 in the first round. I've actually made a mistake there, because this is why this clip's in here. So I've put 6 points, which is the maximum. If you actually go back and check, you'll see I took 2 darts and then I hit the double on the third. So it should have been 5. And then what I do here is I actually correct my mistake. Instead of giving myself 2 points because I checked this finish out in the first visit, I've only given myself 1. And then what I've done is my brain's completely melted, because I thought I hadn't checked it out. So then I've gone chasing it. So yeah, my brain did start to malfunction a little bit, but that's just part of this game. I really would recommend, if you're doing this game, break it down into like maybe 2, and then have a bit of a rest, and then come back at it, especially because these first 3 games are probably the most challenging. Game 4, which is just power scoring, and then Game 5, which is Shanghai Knights. They're much, much better, I think. But again, this one is going well. Like, I've got a 4, I've got a 6, which is actually a 5, then I've got a 3, and that's 2, I believe. Yeah, so I think it's 30 points I end up with there. Or is it 20? It's 20 points, which for me, at that checkout game, is great. I do not normally get that. Now, we're into the best 36, which is just basically power scoring. I do not know how this calculates your score to go in the bottom. I cannot work it out. But there was, when I scored bad in this game, I would find a treble 20 to pull me out. And the only bad scores, they're all 80, apart from the very last visit, which you're not going to see, because I was doing so well. I got to that last visit and I was starting, that was when I was starting to like drag my feet a little bit and just feel tired. And a 10-minute rest would have done good at that point. I actually scored 29 in that final visit, which you are not going to see. It was a single 20, 4 1s and a 5. Yeah, glamorous. But there's a 140. But that 140 was preceded by an 11. So the scoring it's a bit messy. You can also see sometimes in this video, which I haven't edited it all out, I am actually taking a step back and getting a bit to drink and just trying to have like a few seconds to compose myself. Like that was another 2 trebles in there. This stretch you're actually going to see is my best scoring stretch in this game. Because normally when I play this game, there'll be a couple of visits of where I just, in 6 darts, I'll get 60. They're not in here today. The bad ones, like I said, excluding the final one, they're all 80s because I found the treble. I think I get 6 scores of a ton plus in this run, which I was very, very happy about. and the amount of times the last dart, so it'll be the sixth dart, I would find a treble, and I'd be like, oh, like you can see the relief on my face in some of them. Like hopefully an example of that pops up, but I'm trying to be more consistent with the throw. I'm trying to slow a few things down. And again, it goes back to things I've said to you before. It's a case of there's a lot of things I need to try and prioritize the thing which is going to help me the most. And I do think the thing that is going to help me the most is slowing down. I've still not been able to nail it, but it is coming. I'm finishing. I'm scoring well. I think this might be just another 60. It's a bad last start. But did I put that wrong? Yeah, it was 81 followed by 45. So that was an error I had to correct there. So yeah, it was 126. I'm happy. Like I hadn't been paying too much attention to much of my scoring. I just knew I was constantly finding 20s. And you see, this is another thing. The last start. I've got a session with Daniel on Wednesday. I think it's Wednesday. And two things I've got to show him. Number one is the heat map from Darts Mine, because you may have seen the picture I posted. My heat map, where most of my darts land, it's right on the middle of the wire of the 5 and the 20s. So that's something. The second thing is my final dart. Either my final dart, I'll concentrate so much on it, it'll be nice, or like you'll see several times in this stretch, it'll be a 1 or a 5. And a lot of the time, there you go, it's a 1. I think I'm not gripping correctly, because if I go into the 5, I'm pretty sure that means I'm rotating. I need to clarify that with him, but it's something we can work on. And yeah, I'm very, very happy. I can't remember how much of this I've included. It seems quite a lot. It's just because I was scoring so well. Like I played a GDL game the other day, and I actually in 2 legs I started off with scores of 3 ton pluses in a row. Amazing. I'm hitting 180s, so I've recorded this the same day as the 99 darts. I'm currently on 4 days in a row. As you see this, I don't know if I will be on 5 days in a row, or maybe even 6, depending on when I put it out. But I'm quite comfortable. But it's just I think I need to sort my stamina out, really, if anything. But then again, how many darts games do you actually play where they go over an hour? Like the GDL games, a long GDL game will be 1 hour, and that will be down to one of two things: either your opponent's very, very slow at throwing, or you're just not taking the doubles out. Like I played the League Masters game, which I mentioned in a previous video. We played 13 legs, I believe, and that took about 40 minutes, and it was pretty good. It might have even been less time than that. So yeah, a normal game, I think, for my level, mind you, as you're going up, you play more legs, but your scoring's better, isn't it? So yeah, I think if you can do 40 minutes and then take a break and then do another 40 minutes, I think that's how I might have to start approaching practice. And that's also why this video, it just took so long. It took a lot out of me because I did it in one continuous thing. So yeah, you can see what I mean at the minute. In round 1, I've got a score of 80. Round 2 is great. Round 3, I found a treble on the last dart to get an 86. Yeah, I want a good one, was it? If you were on 26 after 5 darts. And then I got an 80. That was another treble. I believe they might have had a bounce out. I did get quite a few bounce outs. These K-Flex are holding up, but I don't know for how much longer, because one of them does have a crack in it. So I'm gonna contact QSO and see if they've got it's. I want the shorter ones. I don't want the medium or long. Speaking of QSO, I'm actually gonna bring home a lot of that mystery box and potentially give it away on the channel in competitions. It's just I've got to be able to get it back in my suitcase. But yeah, there is one other set of darts. I believe it's the snake darts, which I will be giving away. I played for a bit with them for about half an hour. I preferred the other ones, but as you know, I've got my custom darts, and because I don't really know what the other darts are, I'm not comfortable giving them ones away. So let's get back to this. It's not. You're looking at it. I've only had 4 visits of 100 or less, and they're okay actually. Sorry, just let me get a drink. Voice is going dry. Might be hot, but I've got the AC on. It's still hot. Bit dry in here. Okay, we've gone forward a little bit now. And I actually thought I'd edited a lot of this out. Something I can talk to you about is, so somehow I've ended up with 8 dartboards in my apartment. Yeah, no, 8. You can see one behind me, which is a table. I use that as a dart dock essentially. I have another one in the living room, which I use as a coffee table. I've got the skipjack on the wall. The one that you can see behind me as I'm throwing, that is the 180 Gladiator 3. That's the competition board I have to use for PDC. So basically, they're all mounted on the wall correctly, but I've actually put them a bit higher on purpose because I don't want to throw at them. But when I have to change for that competition, I can just take that board down, put it up, and then put the skipjack up there. The old Nerdor Super Match is actually on the wall as well. And as I'm looking around my office, I've got, well, one board brand new in a box. I've got the Target board in another box, and then I've got an unbranded board in another box. And I believe there's another one waiting for me to go and collect at some point. I'm accumulating all these boards. I can't get rid of them. But I do have a plan for that. There are a few people in Chengdu where I live who play, and they're like most of the people who play darts where I live for some reason are actually disabled. I've mentioned it before. Like they might have a limb missing, they might be deaf, they might be a mute. Uh, I've played with them at their facilities a few times, and they do need some new boards. So what I'm going to do is say to them, look, these are the old boards I've got. Nothing wrong with them, plenty of life in them. I just like to change a board every 6 months. Do you want any of them? And if they do, they can have them. Better than sitting on the floor. That's the other reason I've got 2 of the boards on the wall, just because they're just sat on the floor. Like you may have noticed behind where I'm throwing from, there used to be a pink box and a printer's box, and then the 180 board was on top of that, so it was like another table. Yeah, it's had a little tidy up, and yeah, things are looking a bit better. Anyway, we're into the final session, final challenge, and it is going very well. What we've got 2, 4, well, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We've got 5 visits out of 12 so far, where I've actually got more than 2 points. Now, for this game, I do like to get 5 points in each round. You can see I've only achieved it in round 3 and round 4. However, this round, which we're watching now, if I remember correctly, it does go 2-2-2, despite that first dart. So you actually get 6 darts to hit your scores, and if you take all 3 out in whatever, you then use your remaining darts at bull, which I don't think you've actually seen at this point in the video. I don't even. No, I do. It does happens in the final round, I believe. I do get to throw for some bulls, but yeah. So we've had a series where we've gone 2, 1, so that's 6 out of 18, and then this is another 6 out of 18. Not what you want, but it's okay, isn't it? I'm trying to quickly count it up in my head. 4, 8, 10, 13, 19, 23. So I'm on 25 points as of the end of this round. But right, yeah, we're actually even to where we want to be. That's what I'm trying to work out now. Also, I was a bit confused. I was doubting if I had actually done the scoring correctly, but I had, don't worry. And when you start off on a treble 20, It's great. It felt really weird, Liz, because you may have seen that I've checked out 120 a few times. Especially for some reason, if I have 120 and the camera's on, it gets checked out. It felt so weird going treble 20, top single 20. It, I just wasn't used to it. But then I pinged a bull. That bull was right in the center. You could not get any more center of that. So I'm very, very happy. So we're actually on 29 points. I think earlier on when I was checking stuff, I was going to myself, okay, set yourself 30. And there you go. We've now gone to 31. We've actually got 9 darts left. I can't remember how many points I get from here. You'll get to see shortly when we cut to it. I think I might even cut to it very soon because, yeah, so that's just 1 point, I believe. Oh, it's 2 because I got the treble, didn't I? Or was it? I can't remember at this point. But yeah, this is the last round. What can I get? So I've actually already scored 6 in this round. There's 7. Can we get anything else? No. But we've got 3 more darts. I think the most I've actually had 10 a couple of times in a round, which for me is great. But okay, so we've got 2 again. Can we get a treble? No. But if you actually look on that final line, pretty strong on that line. Yeah, and you can just see by my facial expression there, I am shattered. But I am quite happy because I have a new high score by a long, long way, 122. That is my highest score for a long time. Here's a close-up. So I actually went 17, 17, 20, 35, 33 in that order. So my scoring was really, really good. I've beaten all my averages in that game. But can we end with some bulls? I'm afraid we can't, but that's been me setting a new high score. As always, remember to throw first.